That's how I'm feeling on Labor Day today. So I wanted to do this song for you. All right, we're going to start this Gary Clark Jr. song in drop D. So if you haven't already, turn your guitar down to drop D tuning. And that's going to make things look a little bit different. So I'll try to make sure and call out the notes that I'm using. This is a Les Paul Standard, a 1993 model, and a Palmer Fab 5. Now the important thing about that is I've got the pickup selector in the middle, so I'm running both pickups, but I've got both my tone knobs on 0. I've got this amp cranked as high as it'll go, but I've got the tone at like 2, so the boost and the volume are already at 10, and then I've got the amp down, the tone down at 2, so that's giving me like that feedback thing. You could probably even layer a fuzz pedal on top of this, because Gary Clark Jr. uses a hollow body guitar a lot to get that sound. So that's how you get the sound first. Now, then we're really kind of thinking of just a progression between D and F. All right? Now in drop D, it kind of looks like this. So that's how I want you to think if you're, or how I want one of my students to think if they were going to play this. So if you want to take my advice, you can. You really kind of, those are your D open chords, your D and your F open chord, but it's going to look different. In the drop D, I can just lay this finger across. I'm only hitting the top 3 strings, and I'm really focusing on the top 2 strings here. And that gives me a pure 5th chord, a power chord. That's why, you know, you hear a lot of stuff in that, like old Metallica, and some kind of modern music here. I think the Black Keys do it sometimes. But so that's what you want to think, is you want to count 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 3. And all I'm doing there is I'm laying across this F, which is at the 3rd fret. Normally your F would be there. Now it's here because we took that top string down. And then this, what you think of an A maybe right now, is actually a G because everything's turned around with the drop D tuning. Okay, so get back to the basics here. When you get that rhythm, just thinking of that F to the G, D, target note on this is going to be this F note. And you want to practice that note with vibrato. You want to make that as juicy and as badass as you can possibly make it, okay? Because that's when he hits that, it's like just the sky breaks open. That's the one. I do a little bit of a slide here to this G note. So our next step is to do that 2 and 3 and 4 and. That the rest of it's not going to work. All right, you got to get that going. So count, but then once you've learned it, you don't want to count actually, you just want to feel it, you know. All right, so I'm really tugging on that, and then it's pretty simple. It's just kind of a, now that's a little slur there, so I'm actually touching a G here, 4th string, 5th fret, and then I'm going to this D, 5th string, 5th fret, but I'm doing a little bit of a slur. And if you listen to him carefully, you can hear that. So the rhythm is just. But if you really listen closely, he does this little hammer. Okay? So you want to try to get that. And then you'll notice I varied it up a little bit. I think that if you really want to just start playing this song, if you can get that one section, get that in tune, then that's half the battle right there, okay? I noticed when I listen to it more, he does vary it. And sometimes you actually hear an F and an A note. You can actually hear that note. But you know what? You got to walk before you can run. And I think that the whole idea is that we play this song with the inspiration of Gary Clark. It's impossible to imitate. I don't think that really is the point of it. I think it's just this badass riff that you really want to get that rhythm to. in that sound, the tone down. Take everything toned down, something we don't do a lot. Get your amp to break up, use as many pedals as you want, really get things layered and see if it works for you. So happy Labor Day. I hope that you're at home instead of me. I'm here at work, so I'm sharing the love. A little Gary Clark Jr. I'm using cables by Matthew Alexa, our local homeboy, Palmer Fab 5. And as usual, if you have any questions or you need anything, just give us a shout out here at Music 49. Peace.